One of the opening things I kind of wanted to ask on this podcast is if your employees continue working exactly as they are today for the next 10 years, would they become healthier, happier, and more productive, or exhausted, disengaged, and ready to actually leave your workplace? Many organizations unknowingly optimize for this week's productivity while damaging the long-term performance. We often reward working late, being constantly available, skipping breaks, sacrificing holidays, prioritizing work above health and relationship. But we're actually beginning to see the cost of this strategy. According to the World Health Organization, depression and anxiety lead to 12 billion lost working days globally every year, costing around $1 trillion annually in lost productivity. So that's no longer just a well-being issue, even though that in itself should be important enough. It's also a business issue. So let's start looking at why humans are wired for this short-term thinking, because our brain really evolved for imminent survival, not long-term sustainability. It was about getting food today. And the problem is that the modern workplace often exploit and really lean towards this tendency for short-term goals and rewards. So clearing your emails, attending another meeting, working through your lunch, staying online after hours, the reward is imminent. The cost is delayed. The short-term decisions become long-term problems, really. And one missed lunch doesn't really matter, right? One late night doesn't really matter. One canceled gym session doesn't really seem to matter. But repeat hundreds of times over a year and multiple years, they really compound to more and more stress, decrease in the well-being, both mentally but also physically. So we often ask, how do we get more work out of people or more productivity out of people? Perhaps a better question is, how do we create environments where people can sustainably do their best work year after year after year? So burnout really is a workplace problem, not just a personal failure, as often this is seen as. We become very good at telling employees to be more resilient, to practice mindfulness, to download another well-being app. But research suggests that burnout is largely a systematic issue. The WHO officially defines burnout as a syndrome resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. As researchers in a Harvard Business Review put it, burnout isn't simply solved by teaching people how to cope better. Organizations must actually address the workplace conditions themselves.